Hey guys, welcome back to another video of Enjoying Life with Chris, where it's my passion to help you guys become aware of your best self and be able to perform at your highest potential. Here, I'm going to offer you tips, strategies, and techniques that you can use in your everyday life that are going to help propel you down the path that you're wanting to go. So, if you all have been following, you know recently we've been going over habits, habit production. But one thing I realized is I never actually went over what's a habit. I kind of just assumed that most of you already knew, and that was a fault on my part. So I apologize. Please forgive me, you guys. But today's video is going to be over what are habits and basically what are the or how habits are formed and what goes into a habit. So a habit is any type of automatic behavior or routine that you repeat time over time again. And again, the key words in there is automatic, routine, and behavior. So it's something that you're doing. Example, you wake up in the morning, your alarm clock goes off, you turn it off, you get up, and let's just say you make your bed. You get in a routine of doing that. You wake up, turn the alarm clock off, and then you make your bed up. Well, that routine or habit can continue on. Let's say the next thing that you do is you go into the bathroom and you brush your teeth and you wash your face and you put deodorant on. You get into a routine of doing these things, like you get in a routine of a certain route that you take to go to work, or a certain routine that you put yourself in when you get to work. Jobs and corporations have routines and habits built in, and they have their standards of procedures and certain job aids that help you and assist you to do the job the most efficient way possible. So what that really is, and that's kind of the bigger picture of things, let's kind of break it down more into the habit itself. What you have with a habit is a cue, a craving, a response, and a reward. So what do I mean by those four terms? Cue, craving, response, and reward. Well, within the cue is something within the environment that directs within your brain, within your psychology, to you to perform a certain behavior. So usually a cue, so for example, let's use chocolate chip cookies. I am a huge fan of chocolate chip cookies. I mean, I love them, love them, love them. They're just so warm. So the chocolate is just so gooey, especially when they're nice and soft and they just come out the oven. Oh, it's like heaven. So what you may already see there is you may actually want a cookie right now, a chocolate chip cookie to be more specific. And the reason why is me being in your environment, you have heard me, I have cued that response. If you have had a chocolate chip cookie before, you know what I'm talking about. So with me just talking about it, or let's make this a little bit more realistic, let's say you go into your kitchen and there's a plate of freshly baked chocolate chip cookies sitting there, and you see those chocolate chips cookie. Those cookies being there is the cue to the habit. Now what follows that cue is the craving, and that's you just thinking about how good it's gonna taste. The chocolate taste when you take a bite out of that cookie, and your brain begins to just imagine and predict what this is going to taste like, what it's going to be. So it's craving and it's wanting more and more of that. That's that craving part. And what's actually going on is within our brain, kind of specifically in the hippocampus region, there is dopamine that is being released. That dopamine is that the dopamine is kind of what comes with pleasure, when you eat, food, sex, whatever it may be. It's that chemical that is being released into the body, therefore you are craving and craving. So what follows that now is the response. So what is the response? Well, it's obvious. You go there and you grab the cookie, you take a bite of the cookie, now you have the cookie and now you have gotten your reward. It all follows hand to hand to hand. Cue, craving, response, and reward. Now, I have read over, quite a few books that talk about habit formation, habit develop. One of my absolute favorites is probably the recent one I have just recently read is Atomic Habits. You guys, if you want to really take a hold of this and be proactive, I highly recommend you grabbing and getting that book. It just goes into depth Even what I just talked about there, cue, craving, response, reward, it's going to go into depth. It's going to dive deeper down into habit formation. And if you don't have the time to get the book, you can also get the audio book. That's available too. But another thing that you all can do is I have put out a series of videos that kind of summarize and goes over the book from start to finish. And you all can definitely check that out. I'll have that link down in the description below. But again, these 4 things, like I said, there's a cue, a craving, a response, and reward. Now, one of the things that you can kind of do in your life is you can set intentional cues for you. So say, for example, if you want to get into more of a habit of reading more, you want to become a reader. One thing you can do is, instead of having your phone serve as an alarm clock, get yourself an actual alarm clock. Put your phone out in another room so you can remove the temptation to be on your phone. And then what you can do from there is you put a book on your nightstand. You put a book beside your bed. So when your alarm clock goes off, what do? You wake up, you turn the alarm off, and then from there, you pick up your book and you read, let's just say 10, 15, 20 pages. So one of the things about habits is once you start a habit, the next part for it to actually become a habit is it becoming automatic. So the thing about making habits automatic is the repetition, the amount of times that you do that habit, you repeat it over and over again. You want to get it to a point where you no longer have to be consciously aware that you're doing this habit. You just want it to be boom. Subconsciously, you just react that way. You pick up the book when the alarm clock goes off and you read it. But the way to get it this way is you're going to have to continue to keep doing that time and time after again. So you guys, this was definitely not going to be a long video. Most of my videos do carry out a little bit longer than that. I do apologize. I am trying to work to get those videos down. But again, I hope you all were able to take some value out of this. Again, like I said, definitely check that book out, Atomic Habits by James Clear. It is an awesome read, 10 out of 10. It's definitely one of my most favorite books now. Like I said, I'll definitely have a link below where you can grab that at. But again, thank you all so much for watching. This is another video with Enjoying Life with Chris. Definitely, if you all have any questions, feedback, anything like that, please feel free to just comment down below. I definitely love responding, definitely love answering your questions, you guys. Again, thank you so much. And tune back in next week. We'll have another video for you. Again, thank you for watching Enjoying Life with Chris. You all have a lovely, blessed day. Continue to keep creating. You all are creators out there, and we got this every step of the way, taking it day by day. I love you guys, and thank you.